Hello, spooky crew. Our tote bag drawing is officially closed, and we just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who entered. We are so grateful for the love and the support, and we have loved reading your reviews. Missed the tote? No worries. We're still sending out high-quality vinyl stickers while supplies last. Just email us proof of your rating and review along with your mailing address to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and we'll get one headed your way. Quick promise, your address is only for mailing the sticker. No emails, no selling info, no funny business, just spooky gratitude. Thanks again for supporting the show. You are the reason we do this.
Hello, you're listening to the Spooky Darlings. I'm Haley.
I'm Nettie.
I'm Emily.
And today we are telling spooky stories to each other.
Yes, because happy Halloween. It is our Halloween episode.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
We're recording this a few days before Halloween, but you guys will be listening, or if you listen on the day it drops, you'll be listening on Halloween. This episode is just for you.
So before we get into it, we have something fun. We are running a little promo to say thank you for supporting the show. And if you leave us a written review, we'll mail you a free Spooky Darlings water bottle sticker. You can stick that anywhere you wish, on a laptop, on a fun street sign in your neighborhood, wherever you wish. And all you have to do is send us a screenshot of your review or your username and platform you use to listen, along with your mailing address to thespookydarlings@gmail.com. Plus, everyone who leaves a review during this promo will also be entered into a drawing for a free Spooky Darlings canvas tote bag. It's our way of sending you a little spooky love.
Yes, thank you so much. And I found out today because my daughter had some friends over and they were all like, "Oh, we listened to your podcast." And I said, "Oh, you guys should enter our sticker promo." And they were saying, "Okay, so we listen on Spotify," and they were feeling a little bit confused about how to leave reviews on Spotify. And so I actually Googled it. So on Spotify, you can leave a rating on the entire podcast. They don't actually let you leave reviews, but they let you leave comments. So on Spotify, just leave us a 5-star rating and then leave a comment on an episode of your choice. And that counts as a review because they don't have the option to review the whole podcast, but they do on Apple. And I'm not really sure about the other ones.
Amazon, you can leave reviews on or Audible. Mm-hmm. And those are the only 3 I know about.
Yeah. And you can also listen to the podcast through Buzzsprout. Mm-hmm. And there's if you go to buzzsprout.com and put in the name of our podcast, The Spooky Darlings, you can listen there as well.
Hooray.
Yeah. Sweet. And leave reviews there. Sweet. So we're going to talk Halloween stuff. What are you all dressing up as? I know Haley and I think we talked about it in our last Follow Up Friday episode, but Emily, twins. Do you have a costume idea?
Okay, yes. Today I ordered a black balaclava.
Ooh, what?
And a yellow reflective vest. And a whole bunch of princess jewels. And Jordan and I are going to be the Louvre heisters.
No way. What? I love it.
That is so brilliant. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh, fun.
It was funny. It's because it occurred to me that the dapper detective, that's apparently not a detective, would be a fantastic Halloween costume. But the Louvre heisters themselves, I didn't even think about it.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got the jewels, we've got the vests, we're gonna wear all black, we've got balaclavas. It's a little hot here, so we might have to shift and wear t-shirts or tank tops instead of long black.
Yeah.
Like the real heisters did.
Fake mustaches.
I think I'm gonna try to make a ladder out of pool noodles.
Oh.
Just put together a little lightweight makeshift ladder to carry around.
I love it. That is so cute. It would be really great if you could make it extendable. And if you got a scooter to ride around and made it so it extended from the scooter. And if you actually robbed a museum, go for it.
Do it.
If they, you know what? Yeah, an extendable lander on a truck. I think it was supposed to be like a furniture mover truck. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be to take furniture out, heavy furniture out of windows. I saw the guy who owns the company that the ladder and truck was from was like, "That's one of ours." And he's German. It was super funny. And they're using funny things about it for their advertisement now. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
We can help you pull off a heist.
That is brilliant.
So that's our Halloween costume.
And I love it. What are your kids dressing up as?
Oh, Oliver's going to be a character from Clash Royale, and Julia is going to be a Fortnite character.
Cute.
Charlie's going to be a character from Blue Mountain State.
Oh my gosh, the TV show.
Oh, I don't know
Jason and I love that show.
What is it, a comedy? I don't know anything about it.
Comedy, super misogynistic, like
Eastbound and Down.
Even a little bit more like
It's like Letterkenny meets football kind
Van
of.
Wilder with Ryan Reynolds back in the 2000s.
I never watched it.
So yeah, what are your kids going to be?
Yeah,
everybody.
You go. Do you know what your kids are going to be?
I don't know if they're dressing up.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes
Evan
boys
hasn't dressed
that
up
age,
since like 13.
or boys that age will decide at the last minute. Like my son Theo always just the day of, his friends are like, "What are we doing?" I don't know. Let's all dress like 80s. That kind of thing. So
yeah, Zay's having a sleepover, so there might be something we can pull together last second, but
yes.
Nettie,
Haley and I are dressing up, as you know from a previous episode, as the Unison Talking Twins. They're from Australia, and they're worried about their mom because a man robbed them.
Jacking.
We're doing so well.
We've got to work on this.
We've got to schedule a rehearsal. we got to schedule a rehearsal. Kids, my oldest daughter just came home from the weekend, and she just went back to college with my Mary Poppins costume from when I was Mary Poppins.
Oh, she's gonna be perfect
at the Elgin Opera House.
Be practically perfect.
And I let her take. Oh, I hope she remembered my umbrella. Oh, that was the most important thing. But the handle was coming off, so we had to glue it. And I don't know if she grabbed it. So she's gonna be Mary Poppins. I don't think she grabbed it. Oh,
so sad.
Dang it.
So all right, she can find a different one.
I have no idea what Lorelai is gonna be. Last year she was Princess Amalfia, and it was so cute. She was so pretty, like from The Last Unicorn.
Oh,
like she wore like the long, like super light blonde wig, and she put the red mark on her head where the horn came off, and then had a perfect Princess Amalfia dress. She literally looked like the cartoon. She did her makeup, so she looked like Lady Amalfia.
Oh my gosh,
I love her.
That is so cute. And I remember seeing her, and I thought she was a character from Adventure Time. I think I forgot that it was
like she did Adventure Time like
another year.
She was the king.
That's probably what I'm thinking of.
Yes,
that's probably what
she did. She was the blue king with the white beard, and then our exchange student Olivia was the princess, whatever princess. I don't remember her name.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, and then Natalie was the kid with the backpack.
Oh my gosh, they're so fun.
So they did Adventure Time. So
what's
Natalie
going to be this year?
She's like full on Galinda princess. She found this 80s like puffy prom dress. She ordered like a tulle. I mean, I ordered it. She ordered like a puffy tulle thing to make the dress puffy. She has a wand. She has a tiara. She ordered bloomers because apparently she needs them. I have no idea why she feels like she needs fancy bloomers, but I got her fancy bloomers, and she is going to look gorgeous. And Theo asked me to get him a ghost face costume, so ghost face.
Oh, that's what Zane was last year.
Oh, I should have just bowed. Oh, it probably wouldn't have fit.
No, it wouldn't have.
But
Zane's grown like
and found
6 to 8 inches since last year. He's
Oh, yeah?
getting so tall.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, so top Halloween costumes for the year of 2025. Anyone want to guess? I have an article.
2025. Okay.
For 2025. Stranger Things.
Ooh, Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, Stranger Things.
Let me see.
Not on there.
Well, I'm trying to
Speaking
look
in
at the whole
unison,
thing.
Australian twins.
Speaking in unison, Australian twins. You know what? I don't see anything from Stranger Things on this list.
Okay.
So, okay, let me tell you. They give you the top 11. No, it's the top 10. The 10 and 11, for some reason, are the exact same thing. So number 10, coming in at 10, is the Lorax in his orange suit.
Oh,
we have a
cute.
friend on TikTok that does a lot of TikTok content in her
Yes.
orange suit.
Is it mayonnaise?
It's mayonnaise, yeah.
Mayonnaise. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
her name's Maya, but
mayonnaise.
Maya, it's sometimes hard to tell. She's mayonnaise. And then at 9, Elphaba. At 8, Derpy the tiger from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Would never have guessed that.
7 is a famous little fashion doll that's been like
Barbie.
Labubu.
Oh.
A Labubu doll, although Barbie always popular. Not on this list though. I don't think. Okay, then at 6, it's Chicken Jockey from the Minecraft movie. At 7 is Baby Saha. I have no idea what that is, but it's basically wearing a pink Argyle sweater from some. Oh, this is another Saja thing. You know what? These are from Demon Hunter. So then there's Genu, Saja Boys, top trending demon. These have to be from K-pop Demon Hunter. I haven't seen it. And then there's Mira. I'm assuming that's also Demon Hunter. Pink wig, yellow skirt. Zoe from the Huntrix trio. Space Buns. And Rumi, also from the Huntrix trio. Dragon braid, purple hair. So basically, it's a K-pop Demon Hunter, Huntrix, and gaming characters are trending because that's what a lot of those are.
Yeah.
That's according to economictimes.com.
Oh, thank you, Economic Times.
Yes. Anyway.
Well, that's fun.
So we thought it would be fun for you, and fun for us to recall slumber parties and campfire girls camp from our Girl Scout camp. I think I was a Girl Scout. Were you a Girl Scout?
I was a Girl Scout for a weekend, and we were doing brooches, and I was like, I can't handle this. I thought this is going to be more like Boy Scouts where we're like camping and stuff, and I never went back.
Wow. You're so cool. Emmy, did you do Girl Scouts? I can't remember.
Girl Scouts. I did Brownie Scouts, and then I skipped all the way up to being an 18-year-old camp counselor
at
the Girl Scouts.
Well, I did Girl Scouts for years. I even made it. I went from Brownie to Junior, where we got to wear the green uniforms, and so I did a ton of Girl Scout camp, and we all did girls camp as kids. Where we just, camp. So a big tradition at girls camp, a big tradition at slumber parties was to just tell ghost stories. So we decided we would each conjure up some of our favorites from our childhood and tell them. And
who wants to start?
I can.
No, Emily.
Or you can.
No, you go.
Or any of the three of us.
Okay. Why don't I go? Okay. And then
Emily
and then
goes.
you go, and then we'll go in age of
I go.
order. We'll go
order
in
of
order
age.
of age, oldest to youngest.
Age of order.
So I'm Nettie, and I'm going first. And I like to call this one the mysterious car. We hear plenty of stories about being wary of picking up hitchhikers, but what if you are the hitchhiker? Should you be wary of who picks you up? You never know whose car you're getting into. So this story is about a man who was driving through backcountry roads trying to find his way home. But as the sun went down, a storm started to brew. And as it got darker, the storm got worse until he was driving through torrential rain. It was so bad that he could barely see through the windshield. The wipers were on full speed, but the rain was coming down quicker than the wipers could wipe it away. After a while, he realized he was lost. But he wasn't sure if he should turn around, so he just kept going down the winding, forested road that he was on. And he was hoping he would see something familiar and hoping the storm would die down. The road he was driving down was pitch black. There were no streetlights, there were no houses, there were no towns nearby. So the only light was from the headlights of his car. And suddenly, his car sputtered and died. And he tried to start it, but nothing. The lights dimmed out. And it took a while for him to be able to adjust his eyes to be able to see a little bit in the dark of the night. He tried to start his car again, but the engine didn't make a sound. So, even though it was still raining, he made the decision that he should start walking down the road.
Oh boy.
Within a few minutes, he was soaked completely through from the rain, but he kept trudging on. And a while later, he heard a noise behind him. And he turned to see a car driving gently and slowly toward him. Its lights were dim, but they were on, and so they provided a little bit of light in that pitch black night. As the car approached him, it slowed down almost to a stop, and he was just so grateful for a reprieve from the rain that he reached for the back handle and just hurtled himself into the car and shut the door and got himself buckled and settled and sort of like through chattering teeth sputtered out a thank you to the driver. But he looks up and he's shocked to find that there is no driver. There are no passengers. The car is completely empty. The only person in the car is him. And already he's moving along the road. So he sits there frozen in fear, completely petrified, unsure what to do. He's like, do I get out or do I just stay in here, having this car take me to some unknown destination? So he's sitting there sort of frozen in fear. And a while later, he can see that they are approaching a small town. He can see lights in the distance. And as the car slowly rolls into the town, he spots a bar that's lit up and it looks open. So in a swift motion, he jumps out of the car. Maybe. So in a swift motion, he jumps out of the car and runs inside. And he's literally panting with a combination of relief and terror as he sits down at the bar and he orders a beer. About a minute later, 2 farmers, clothes soaking wet, come in through the door. The bigger one points at the man and says, "That's him, Henry. That's the jerk I saw jump out of the car we were pushing."
Oh my gosh.
Good.
That's so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. That reminds me so much of that joke that I've seen circulated in a few places. But do you know the one where the guy is driving along, he picks up a hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker's like surprised that he gets picked up. He's like, aren't you scared that I'm a serial killer? And the driver's like, well, the chances of 2 serial killers being in the same place are astronomical.
Yeah, I have seen that. It's so funny.
I love that joke.
2 serial killers
What are the
in the
chances
same
that
car?
we're both serial killers?
That's so good.
Pretty funny.
Such a good thing to say, too, to scare a serial killer. All right. Anyway, well, that's my story. Emmy?
Okay, so the first story I will share actually comes from my daughter, Julia, and I'm going to attempt to play her recording of it.
Love her.
Okay.
And I don't know if either of you have either of you heard the ghost story or the ghost? It's kind of like Bloody Mary, but it's called Baby Blue or Blue Baby.
No, when you texted that's what you were going to do, I was like, I don't know what that is, and I'm not going to look it up because I want to be surprised and scared.
Okay, well, here we go.
Okay, so Blue Baby, everyone's like, whenever I was younger, everyone would always like talk about it. It was like another game like Bloody Mary or something. And like the story goes that there was once this woman who had a baby, but she like went crazy. And people would say like, oh, she drowned her baby in a sink or like a bathtub until he turned blue. And that's why it's called Blue Baby, I guess. And if you go into a dark bathroom and hold out your arms like you're cradling something and whisper, Blue Baby, 13 times, I think it was. It was either 3 or 13. Then the baby's ghost would appear. And they say that like you'll feel like the more you're holding your arms out, the more you'll feel him, like he's real, like you'll get heavier or like you'll feel cold or something. And if you don't get rid of him fast enough, then his mother appears like in the mirror or like out of somewhere and will be like, give me back my baby. Which like when I was younger, of course I believed this. And I was really scared to do it, but I was like, I remember being with my friend to sleepover and everyone was like, we were daring each other to do it. And so I didn't do it, but my friend did it. So she went into the bathroom with her phone flashlight off and the door was locked. So there was no light and it was very silent. And she said that she just like whispered it, Blue Baby, like she was supposed to. And she said at first she felt nothing, but like when she started to say it more times, like she said that she felt something in her arms and it felt like she was holding something and there was nothing there. And she said that she like got chills, like she got cold. And she said that her heart was racing and she swore that she felt something like claw her wrist, like baby nails. And I was like, what? And I remember she freaked out coming out of the bathroom and she turned the lights on and she like had these like red scratches on her wrist. And everyone was like, no, you did that to yourself. Cause it wasn't like bad scratches, but she claimed she didn't. And she like showed us into the bathroom and there were like little droplets of water in the mirror. And I remember my friend, she was like, they're like little tiny baby handprints. And, yeah, I've never played Blue Baby again. That was so scary. And I'll tell you about Charlie in a different recording because that was kind of.
Oh my gosh.
I think that a baby would just scratch gentle.
Well, you know how they have those tiny little claws? They don't scratch like they're mean, but they just like latch onto stuff and they scratch their own faces and they scratch.
Yeah, they leave little red marks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they do. The baby handprints. At first, I was like, okay, so she could have given herself little scratches, and she could have splashed water. But the little baby handprints, how?
Yeah.
How would one? I know how to do little fake baby footprints.
Yeah.
with like your fist and then like your pinky or something.
And then
Oh yeah, little four.
yeah, your little four fingers. Yeah, little fingerprints. So that was my first ghost story with the help of my one and only lovely Julia daughter.
I've never
Love
heard
her
of that
so
game.
much.
I've never heard of that game. I feel like this new generation like upped their bathroom games. I mean, Bloody Mary is pretty scary.
Bloody Mary is pretty
But
scary.
Blue Baby sounds pretty darn scary too.
So, listeners, if any of you have played Blue Baby, please write in with your experiences or any other scary bathroom mirror game.
And ask your kids if they've played it. Because now I've never asked my kids about that. I'm going to ask them.
Yeah.
I definitely played Bloody Mary when I was a kid and it freaked me out. But like, it's easy to get super scared when you're in a dark bathroom.
With other, like, for me, it was like all of my girlfriends and just everybody like, oh my gosh.
Wait, you guys were going together? You didn't make one person go in by themselves?
No, we did it all together.
Oh.
And hands on the mirror, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
I maybe could have done it if it had been with a group. And I think maybe I did try it a few times, like with a group. But I think that the people that are like hardcore did like Julia's group where they go in by themselves. Yeah. And that, I'm not interested in seeing that lady in the mirror.
It's like it's harder to corroborate. So you can make up your own fun version of what happened if you're by yourself. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Have you ever just like walked by a mirror at night and seen your own reflection and jumped and screamed? Because I totally have.
Yeah, I freak myself out from time to time.
I have screamed when my phone turns on and I don't realize that whatever app I had open last was a camera app. And then it shows me. That is always terrifying because it's always like at a very double chin angle.
Yes. We're talking to you, TikTok. It is not fun.
Rude.
Very rude. I don't like it.
They should have a button, kind of like Zoom, that's like, show your video. And then you'll be like,
please no.
Up angle, yes.
Or how about just like a nice AI filter that's like, we recognize that you did not intend this angle. We're going to AI filter you to a way hotter angle.
Way hotter.
I would be curious, how many people played Bloody Mary as a kid? Did you have experiences? Did you go in alone or did you go in like Haley did? Did you go in with a group and do it? Did anyone ever have an experience with a group or have all the experiences been alone?
We could try a TikTok toll.
Yeah, a TikTok poll. I think you said TikTok toll.
Oh, poll. I did. I did. TikTok toll.
Yeah. Alrighty. Haley, do you have a spooky story for us?
Oh, I sure do.
Yay.
So I'm going to start with The Watcher in the Woods.
Oh,
So it started with 4 friends camping deep in the Black Pine Forest, a stretch of old woods that locals avoided after dark. They said the forest listened. On their first night, they built a fire, cracked open a few drinks, and laughed about the stories they'd heard. One of them, Danny, joked that the Woods Watcher was a campfire myth, a shadow that stalked hikers who strayed too far from the trail. Supposedly, if you saw glowing eyes between the trees, it meant you'd already been chosen. Around midnight, the woods went quiet. No crickets, no rustling, just silence. That kind of silence that feels heavy, like the air itself is holding its breath. Then they heard it, a clicking sound. Slow, rhythmic, coming from somewhere beyond the firelight. Danny shone her flashlight into the trees. Nothing. But when she turned it off, the clicking started again. One by one, they tried to laugh it off, but the fire started burning low. And that's when they noticed the shapes.
what shapes?
3 tall figures standing between the trees, too still to be human. The tallest one leaned forward, just slightly, like it was listening. They thought maybe it was a trick of the smoke or shadows, but when Danny moved, the shapes moved too, exactly in sync. By now, the fire was almost out, and Callie whispered, "Do you see that?" Everyone nodded, and that's when the tallest shape stepped closer. It leaned into the glow of the fire, and they saw it wasn't a person. Its skin looked like bark, rough and cracked, but its eyes shimmered like wet amber. The Woods Watcher.
Oh.
The creature reached one long arm toward the fire, its fingers jointed wrong, bending backwards like twigs in the wind.
Ah.
Callie screamed, and the figures vanished, and the clicking stopped. The rangers found their campsite the next day. The tent was gone, the fire pit was cold, and on the ground in a ring of ash they found footprints, long, narrow, and almost human, and one burned impression of a handprint pressed into the earth.
How come I've never heard that one?
I don't know. I just Googled scary stories, and then you guys said some of the ones you were doing, and so I wanted to go a different way.
When you said you were doing Watcher in the Woods, I thought you were going to retell the Disney Watcher in the Woods with Bette Davis.
Because I can't remember the plot very well, other than it was scary and there was like a glowing triangle at the
probably
end.
Because they call them the Woods Watchers, so probably should be the Woods Watcher. But I called it Watcher in the Woods.
I like
probably
it.
Because of the Disney movie.
Spooky.
But that one was fun.
That's a very spooky one. Okay. I'm going to do a classic. All right. This is one that was told at every slumber party I ever had, every cousin sleepover, every 5th grade sleepover, every Girl Scout camp. It is the Golden Arm. And it is a tale as old as time, apparently. It's like been told, versions of it have been told for like 300 years. Once upon a time, there was a man, and he was searching for a wife. And he searched high and low, and he couldn't quite find one that fit his tastes because he wanted a wife that he could get along with, but he also was hoping for someone that could bring some value into his life, like someone whose father had money. And then he met a merchant, and the merchant had an unmarried daughter. And there was something very special about this unmarried daughter because she had one arm that was solid gold. The man asked the merchant's permission and began courting this daughter. And she liked him, and she felt very flattered by his advances. And they eventually married. And the merchant was like so pleased. And the merchant was like, here, you can, here's my daughter. And also you can be my business partner. So the man was pretty happy because he was now making money. He was married to a lady who he thought was pretty cool, who had a fancy golden arm. But
always wanted a fancy golden arm.
She would say at night at dinner, she would polish her golden arm every night because she loved it. It was so beautiful. And she would say, my love, if I die, I want you to bury me with my golden arm. Promise me you'll bury me with my golden arm. And he would say, oh, yes, of course. Kind of give sort of an answer. And she would say this repeatedly. And eventually she died. So one night. I don't really know of what.
I bet it was consumption.
One night she died of the consumption. Or what, did she die of the consumption? Or did he push her down the cellar stairs? It depends on what version you read.
Or was it an owl?
Or did she have consumption and he pushed her down the stairs?
And what we didn't know is that this man had actually started to have money troubles. He had made some bad investments, and he had not told his wife, and he had not told his father-in-law.
Rude.
But he was sort of like, I promised I'd bury her with a golden arm, but I could really use that arm. But it was like her wish. She had said it daily. She had said it in front of the servants. She had said it in front of her father. So he donned his blackest of black outfits, and he put on his most grieving mourning face, and he buried his wife with her golden arm. And then after the night of her burial, when he was laying in bed, he was like, this is ridiculous. I need that arm. It's worth so much money, and it would solve all of my money troubles. And why does she need it? She's dead. So he stealthily got up in the middle of the night. He knew that the grave soil would still be soft. She was freshly buried. So it didn't take him long. He dug down to the casket. He opened the casket, and he really tried to just focus on the arm. He was like, I'm not going to look at her because, there's his withered away dead wife. And he gets a saw and he saws off the arm at the shoulder because it's a solid gold from the shoulder all the way to the hand. Solid gold. He takes it and he takes it home, and he's like, gosh, no one can see this. I've got to hide it from the servants. Where should I put this? The only place he could think of was under the covers in the bed with him. So he tucked it under his pillow. He put his pillow on top of the golden arm, and he had one of those beds that's like a 4-poster bed with like the curtains around it. So he closed his bedchamber, or whatever you call it, the curtains around the 4-poster bed. Oh, a canopy bed. Oh, my dream as a kid. Wanted one so bad. Closed the curtains, blew out his candlelight, and he tried to go to sleep. But it was kind of a stormy night. the wind started to pick up. And he was like, is that the wind? Or do I hear someone calling? And at the edge of the wind, he thought he heard someone saying, who has my golden arm? And he was like, that sounds like my wife, but it's not. It's the wind. It can't be my wife. But it got louder. It got closer. Who has my golden arm? He's like, no, this can't be true. This can't be happening. What's going on? And then he heard the door to his house opening. Who has my golden arm? And he heard the clump, clump, clump of steps coming up the stairs. Who has my golden arm? He's terrified at this point. Who has my golden arm? The voice is coming down the hallway. Then he hears a rattle of his bedroom doorknob. It creaks open and it gets closer. Who has my golden arm? And then he sees a shadow outside of the curtains of his bed. Who has my golden arm? And then in one swift motion, the curtains open and there's the figure of his wife. And she says, you have it. Ah! That's the end of the story. It's a jump scare. However, there's an alternate ending. There's an alternate ending where as she's coming up the stairs saying, who has my golden arm? Or where is my golden arm? He feels the arm underneath the pillow start to move. And I think that this version's a little scarier. So they like the jump scare for like kids camps or slumber parties, but he feels the arm begin to move and he feels it get hot. And he hears the door open. He sees the curtains part, and then he screams. And that's the jump scare. And then you say, and in the morning, he was found dead with the hand of the golden arm clutching around his throat.
Oh.
So that's the golden arm.
I have not heard that in so long.
I know. It was such a fun one to tell as a kid. And I was sort of like, I know that it's something like, where's my golden arm? But I couldn't remember it. So I read several versions last night and sort of like kind of put together my favorite to tell my sisters. Anyway, nice. I love that one. If you have not told your kids that one, because I bet you that the kids of today do not know it and have not heard it, tell them you have a really sweet little bedtime story for you, a love story for them.
That is a really great love story, older than time. I will tell Oliver soon.
Tell as old as time.
Perfect. We will love it.
All right, Emmy.
Okay, so speaking of prosthetics, I am going to tell you kind of the story called The Hook.
Ooh.
So you probably have heard this story. There are several versions with varying degrees of gore and embellishment. But picture a young couple in a car listening to music. They've got the radio on one of those old timey dials. It's like the 1950s. It's like an old, like dial radio. And they're probably playing that old, that Lovers song that was super popular one summer that was like, everybody was listening to that song that had just the two guitars. It was called Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny. It's like the two guitars being like, do 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 do. Yeah, you know that song.
I love it. I love that one.
Super romantic. I pictured that song playing in the background, and as the evening goes, so this usually takes place on some kind of lover's lane, and the couple is then terrorized by sounds on the outside of the car, things like that. Usually over the radio, there is an announcement, a breaking announcement. The music is interrupted. There's an announcement that there is a deranged lunatic escaped from either a jail or an asylum or something like that, and that they note that he has a hook hand. So this is kind of the tale that has been told again and again and again. It was widely told through the 1950s, but the first known published version was actually in 1960 in a Dear Abby column. And it read,
oh my gosh, I did not know this. Okay, I cannot wait. Okay, go tell.
It read, Dear Abby, if you are interested in teenagers, and I think when she says, are you interested in teenagers, it means, do you care about their well-being?
Of course.
Okay.
Innocent time.
Yes. Dear Abby, if you are interested in teenagers, you will print this story. I don't know whether it's true or not, but it doesn't matter because it served its purpose for me. A fellow and his date pulled into their favorite lover's lane to listen to the radio and do a little necking. And if you know, necking, I thought when I was very young, I thought necking meant putting your neck on the other person's neck.
Yeah, you just rub necks together. Like just get all cuddly and rub a neck.
Yes, that's not what it means. It's like, canoodling, making out. So anyway, they were at Lover's Lane to listen to the radio and do a little necking. The music was interrupted by an announcer who said that there was an escaped convict in the area who had served time for rape and robbery. He was described as having a hook instead of a right hand. The couple became frightened and drove away. When the boy took his girl home, he went around to open the car door for her. Then he saw a hook on the door handle. I will never park to make out as long as I live. I hope this does the same for other kids. Jeanette.
No way, it's from a Jeanette.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. It wasn't even me. Do you think it was Grammy Bomb?
It was from a Jeanette. And I do feel like this was one of those stories that was definitely like, you kids, don't be go making out, kind of like a cautionary, like, your kids out of parking at Lover's Lane. Some versions have the boyfriend getting out of the car to investigate the sounds. Some of the versions that I've read, have the girlfriend then coming out to find her, disemboweled boyfriend hanging from a nearby high point, like a tree or something, or like the deranged man
up on the roof and the tree branch scratching all night.
Yes.
It was the blood in his hands.
It was the blood, or one where I even read one version where the deranged man was knocking on top of the car with the severed head of her boyfriend.
Oh, I don't like that one.
No, there are so many different versions of this, but Snopes writer David Mickelson hypothesizes that this and other versions of the story are inspired by a series of real-life Lover's Lane murders.
Zodiac?
You may have heard of them. It is do you want to guess it?
No, I want you to tell us.
Do you want me to just... Okay, so he hypothesizes that they are inspired by the real-life Lover's Lane murders, the Texarkana Moonlight murders.
Oh, that's what I thought. You actually said Texas.
Texarkana, at night on weekends over a 10-week period in 1946, couples were attacked. 5 of them were killed. And most of them were at Lover's Lane locations. One attack occurred at a rural homestead. But these this whole community was terrorized by these attacks, and the FBI became involved. It was just like a whole devastating thing, and the killer was never positively identified. They had a suspect, but they didn't ever have enough evidence to pin it on him. He is known as the Phantom of Texarkana, or the Phantom Killer, or the Phantom Slayer.
Yeah.
Haley, what were you going to say?
Also, it is hypothesized or theorized, whatever the correct word is, that the Phantom...
I say it with you.
It away from me.
I was going to do it in unison, like our Halloween costume. I was trying to do Halloween costume with it. Okay.
That it is the Zodiac Killer as well. Same guy.
Oh. Okay, so there was another ne'er-do-well whose name I didn't write down, who was really he was just kind of a guy in that area that they couldn't get his wife to testify against him, so they just didn't have enough evidence to move forward. But I did hear, I think on My Favorite Murder, I heard them say that was a potential connection between the Zodiac Killer and those the Texarkana Moonlight murders. But that was my version of the Hook story, where I got to tell you a little bit of truth and a little bit of fiction in a scary way.
Emily, that was so good.
I love that one.
So good. I loved
as a kid. That was the one that was various versions told at all the slumber parties, and it was always so scary. Also, it was a true story, according to my friend Erica.
Well, kind of true. I don't think there was a hook involved in the true story that inspired it, but definitely, if you were a mom trying to get your daughter or son to not go park with their boyfriend or girlfriend, this was a great story to tell.
Nothing good comes of necking.
Yeah.
Of rubbing your necks
Whatever,
together.
nerds. You nerds.
Yeah. All right, Haley, do you have anything else?
I do. I've got another scary story or spooky story. And this one is called The Summer People. And this is actually, I took a story by Shirley Jackson and just kind of like shortened it up. Here we go. The Allisons had a summer cottage on a quiet lake in New England. Every June they arrived, and every Labor Day they left. But that year, something in the air felt different. The summer had been perfect. Clear skies, calm waters, neighbors waving from their porches. And when Labor Day approached, Mrs. Allison said almost carelessly, "Why don't we stay just a bit longer?" Mr. Allison hesitated. They've never stayed past Labor Day before, but the weather was warm and the cottage felt like home. So they decided just one more week.
Yes, why not?
They told the grocer, the postmaster, the man who delivered the milk, and everyone gave the same polite, surprised smile. "You're staying on?"
Oh.
At first, it seemed fine. The days stretched lazily on. The lake grew quieter, the air crisper. But then the milk delivery stopped.
What? Why?
And the grocer didn't come. And the mail did not arrive. When Mrs. Allison walked into town, the streets were nearly empty. Shops closed early, windows dark. She finally found the grocer sweeping his stoop. She smiled and said, "We'd like to place an order, please." He looked at her strangely. "Didn't think anyone stayed on," he said. "We're done for the season." She laughed it off and walked back, clutching her empty basket. But as she passed the gas station, the attendant stared after her until she turned the corner. That night it rained, the power flickered, and from the woods came the faint sound of voices.
What?
Distant, overlapping, and whispering. The Allisons told themselves it was the wind. The next morning, their car wouldn't start. The battery was dead, and when Mr. Allison lifted the hood, the cables had been cut neatly. They walked into town again. This time, no one smiled. The grocer's door was locked. The post office was shuttered. Mrs. Allison knocked on one door, then another. No answer. But behind each curtain, someone was watching. That night, they locked the doors. The wind howled across the lake. Mrs. Allison whispered, "Maybe we should have left with the others." Her husband nodded, staring out into the dark. From somewhere near the water came the sound of an oar dipping once, twice into the lake. They watched through the windows, but the night was too black to see. Only the soft sound of rowing drawing closer. Then silence. When morning came, the boat was gone, but there were footprints on the shore leading up to their porch and then into the woods. The Allisons packed what they could. They would drive to the next town, 10 miles away. But when they reached the road, the tires on their car were slashed, and all the mailboxes on the lane had been torn from their posts. One still stood. The Allisons. Inside was a single postcard. No message, no stamp, just their names. By nightfall, the lights in their cottage burned alone against the dark lake. And when the sun rose the next morning, the house was empty. There was no sign of the Allisons. But if you walk along the water's edge, late in September at night, sometimes you'll see a small boat drifting across the lake with two figures sitting perfectly still, waiting.
Yikes. Shirley Jackson, you've done it again.
Yikes.
I had never read that one. I've read so many of her stories, but I don't think I've ever read The Summer People.
Spooky story.
I came across it when I was like looking at stories to do for this, and so then I just shortened it.
It was good. It was very good. She's so good at creating the atmosphere.
Very
great
good.
stories. You guys have read The Lottery, right?
Yes.
Do you know The Lottery? Oh, Emmy, don't even tell her. Just read it. It's short.
You know The Lottery.
You've probably read it, but honestly, I hadn't read
it.
it
in school.
I didn't read it in high school. I read it when I was in college, and I read The Haunting of Hill House, and then wanted to read more. But now they are kids are reading it in school. But it's good. It's short. Just read it. Don't tell. Okay. We'll talk about it on the next Fuff after you read it.
Yes. Okay, so I have one more, which isn't quite a ghost story, but it's more like a scary game that kids play that's, similar to a Ouija board type thing. Julia and her friends.
Why is she so spooky?
She's such a spooky girl.
Playing Blue Baby. And now whatever scary game you're about to tell me about.
After her aunties and her mom.
All right, are we ready? This is my daughter Julia again, sharing another experience.
I love it.
Okay, Charlie is like a game that kids will play, and it's based off of a boy who died. Either it said that he died in Mexico or died at a school. And the game goes, you write on a piece of paper a line down the middle horizontally and a line down the middle vertically. And in each box, you would put a yes, and then the next you would put a no, yes, no. And then in the middle, you balance 2 pencils on each other just perfectly. So the top pencil will be able to spin on the bottom pencil. And you're supposed to like turn off all the fans, have no air movement in the room, and you can have a candle or whatever, turn the lights off, and then you ask Charlie, Charlie, and you ask a question. Typically, people will say, Charlie, Charlie, are you there? And if the pencil moves, it shows that Charlie is answering your questions. So when me and my friends did this, it would be scary because the pencil would move, but we would always blame it on airflow or someone blowing the pencil, even if no one claimed to blow the pencil. And one time I remember doing it with my friend, and like we were like, Charlie, Charlie, are you there? And the pencil would just slowly move. Like it could be yes or no. I think it moved to yes. And we were like, oh my gosh, like what's going to happen? So then my friend was like, Charlie, are you angry? And I remember the pencil aggressively moved to yes, or like jerked to yes. And then I got so scared, and I was like, no, you definitely blew on the pencil. And she was like, no, I didn't. And I was like, okay, we are not doing this. And I blew out the candle, turned the lights back on because like I just didn't want to mess with that. But yeah.
Good choice, girl.
I was about to just be like, Julia, Julia, young lady.
Oh my gosh. Good for her for stopping the game when it got creepy. Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
Her.
Okay, that's another one I'm asking my kids and listeners. Ask your kids, have they played Charlie Charlie? Or
And
have you played Charlie
have
Charlie?
you played? Email us at thespookydarlings@gmail.com.
Yes, please. Let us know.
Yeah, you can also comment on our posts too. Like we're on TikTok and Instagram, and that's a fun place. We love to hear listener stories there, or you can DM us, so lots of ways to get a hold of us.
On our media.
Yes. Listeners, what spooky games have you played? Tell us about it, please.
I do want to know more spooky games. I mean, I don't really want to play them, but I want to hear about other people's experiences playing them. Like the elevator.
Maybe we'll try it on one of our sister trips.
There's like some spooky elevator game that supposedly a lot of people think Alyssa Lamb was playing when she disappeared, where it's like you are trying to get to a certain floor,
Like
or
a different world or
space
something.
or something. Yeah. I don't know. There's a bunch of scary ones that I'm like, no, thank you. I think I believe in it a little too much to be comfortable playing the game. Like I actually think most of the time I'm like, oh, I don't really think anything's going to happen. But there's like a part of me that's like, I just don't want to pass this line. But like, maybe. Yet I'll do a Ouija board. I don't know.
Yeah, because they're safe.
Do you guys ever worry that I like bring your spook factor down? Like the ghosts don't want to come around because I'm like,
we're pretty stubbornly spooky, Emily.
No, I think the ghosts are attracted to you. Have you seen when you're holding that EMF reader how it goes crazy?
I feel like I just, since I don't believe in it as much as you guys, I think that, I worry that I'm putting a damper on your good ghost time.
Oh, you just put that worry to rest, sister, because you elevate everything.
You do.
Especially when it's the three of us together.
You do. It's true.
Yes.
So, anyone watch any scary movies since our last? We just talked like 4 days ago, so I understand if you have not. I have not, because I was either editing or researching for today's recording.
No, I haven't. But Julia said she will watch Black Phone 2 with me, and I'm excited.
And we need to watch Black Phone 2.
I saw the poster for it at the Granada. Okay, so it is coming soon.
When?
I don't know.
Haley, find out, please.
I will.
So Haley and I are going to watch Black Phone 2 together. You're going to watch Black Phone 2 with our fourth podcaster, Julia, who was our guest today. Not in person, but a recording of her.
Yeah.
I mean, spooky season really goes like through
the year.
Yeah, through all year, but at least through Christmas time, because, there'll be scary ghost stories.
Like, I mean, there's also scary Christmas movies like Santa's Sleigh.
Or The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I mean, if your heart's in it, I think spooky season can last all year long.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
For sure.
I agree. But yeah, my goals for this week are to watch the fourth Conjuring movie and to watch Black Phone 2. If I can get those two things done, I'll feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about my spooky season.
I still haven't seen the last two Conjuring movies, Last Rites and...
Those are the two that I need to watch too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, if we have time to do a watch party, we should.
Okay.
So, yay! All right. Real quick, Halloween trivia. I found some and I have not read it yet. So I will ask you a question.
Perfect.
This is from Parade. Parade.com.
Ooh.
Questions. There's 90 trivia questions. I'm not going to ask 90. I'm maybe going to do just a few because we are already at like
an
50
hour
minutes.
at least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the first one. Where does the term jack-o'-lantern come from? Anyone know?
Ireland.
Oh, Haley got it. It originates from an Irish folktale about a cheap man named Stingy Jack or Stingy Jack. I think it's Stingy.
Ooh, reminds me of a Jack Handy quote that's like, hey, if you're ever feeling stressed, you know what I like to do? Is I like to take a pumpkin and I put it on somebody's porch and then I take a knife and I stab it through the head of the pumpkin with the note that just says you. And, you know, I usually feel pretty good after it. And hey, no harm done. And no harm done.
Oh, Jack Handy. Too funny.
Okay, Emily, this one's for you. Where is the world's largest haunted house?
Largest?
Yes.
It's in San Jose, California.
We've been there.
Am I wrong?
You are. I don't know if this counts. Oh, let me re-ask the question.
Okay.
Where is the world's longest haunted house?
I don't know.
San Jose, California.
Is it in San Jose, California?
It is the Haunted Cave in Lewisburg, Ohio. It is 3,564 feet long, and it's 80 feet underground. And I don't know if a cave counts as a house, but okay.
It does not count as a house.
Does it mean haunted house like as in they dress it up and have characters working it for a Halloween festivity?
Probably.
Parade.com did not specify.
Okay.
I'm going to say you're right, Em.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Winchester Mystery Mansion, which I don't know if it is the largest, but that was just my guess. And that is in San Jose, California.
Yeah. And
we did
I
go
watched
there.
the TikTok, and I think I sent this both to you. That was like the 10 most haunted places in America from the mind of a ghost hunter. And Winchester Mansion was like number 3, according to him. But all the comments were like, I've been to Winchester, super spooky, super creepy, but I really didn't feel an evil vibe or anything really crazy there. And I think we kind of all felt the same. Super cool. But I don't know. I bet I'd see a ghost if I hung out long enough. Okay, I know that one of you will know the answer to this, and I think it will be Haley. What sort of mask does Michael Myers wear in the original Halloween?
What sort of mask? Oh, does he like choose a specific mask?
Michael Myers in the original Halloween, what did they use in the studio for his mask?
Oh, rubber mask.
It's William Shatner's, a William Shatner Inside Out. I thought you knew.
No.
Oh, yeah. They took a William Shatner mask and then they turned it inside out, and that was Michael Myers' mask for the first Halloween.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I didn't know that, but that's amazing.
Oh, I haven't watched that movie in so long.
Let me find one more. Okay. Emily, or either of you. What was the original title for Disney's Hocus Pocus? One of the best Halloween movies ever.
Oh, the original title that they changed? I mean, was it also Hocus Pocus and they stuck with it?
Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be hilarious? It'd be like, it was Hocus Pocus. This is a trick question. No, it was Halloween House. And it was originally meant to be more of a horror than a comedy.
Oh.
Hey, Bette Midler.
I didn't know.
Love her.
All right. I think that's good. A good place to stop.
Perfect.
Oh, wait. I have one more that I just found that I did not know the answer to. What was candy corn originally called?
Candy schmorn.
Oh,
No.
I knew. You know what? I read this recently, and it's escaping me. I can't remember.
Chicken feed.
Chicken.
Gross.
Nasty.
I think they made a better name.
Yeah.
Better name with candy corn.
In that same vein, I just have to say, anybody who is a Muddy Buddies fan, please note that I can't abide it being called puppy chow. That's disgusting to me. Similar to chicken feed.
People call it puppy chow?
I don't think we should call a lot of people do. I don't think we should call our sweet treats by animal food names. It's kind of like a gag situation for me personally.
Yeah,
Can't
no, I
look
don't
at it
like
the
it.
same.
I don't. I would gladly eat a Muddy Buddy, but a puppy chow? No, thank you.
I'd rather not. I mean, yeah, so.
I love Muddy Buddies, though.
Hey, try
I
making
love
them and freezing them. That's actually like my family's favorite way.
You know what? I have had them frozen. from you. I think I've had them frozen at your house, and it's so good.
It's delicious.
I
I
get-
got
when I say-
that
yeah.
from my sister-in-law, Allison. She freezes her Muddy Buddies, and I believe she calls them Muddy Buddies also. And yeah, it's the best way and the only way now at my house.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna make something like Halloween night, maybe like a really good like crock pot of chili or maybe like a pumpkin soup. I always want something a little bit nutritious and hearty on Halloween just because there's so much junk being consumed. I just want my kids to be able to come home and have something with a little bit of nutrition. Just like,
I'm going to have 3 13-year-old boys at my house.
I will
I
also be
think
having
you
a
should get a
handful.
pumpkin-shaped pizza
choice.
from wherever sells pumpkin-shaped pizzas.
Papa Murphy's in our town, although
Yeah.
maybe Domino's does it.
Well, happy Halloween to everybody. Thanks for listening. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at the Spooky Darlings Podcast. And if you have any questions, comments, corrections, or stories of your own, please email us at thespookydarlings@gmail.com. We also have our merch site up. You can find that at thespookydarlings.printful.me. And don't forget about our sticker promotion. If you like what you just listened to, please do us a quick favor. Take 10 seconds to rate, review, and click that follow button to our podcast. It really helps us out with getting visibility. Stay spooky, darlings.
And tell your friends.
Oh, yes. Stay spooky. Goodbye.
Happy Halloween. 5 stars. Before we disappear into the shadows, don't forget, we're still sending out vinyl stickers. Leave us a rating and review and email us proof to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, along with your mailing address, and we'll send you some spooky snail mail while supplies last. And if your heart is still mourning that tote bag, may we gently tempt your way toward our merch store at thespookydarlings.printful.me. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Thanks for listening. And as always, stay spooky.